Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Cookiecast. Today on Cookiecast, we've got one of our talking podcasts, the better known BScast, or Bullshit Cast if you're in the know. Today I'm joined by Paul Williams, James Panas, and we're getting our good old-fashioned talking on. So, check this out and see what you think to this one. And, this is Cookiecast BScast.
Do you want us to change places so it looks like a bit
organic?
Different?
A bit more organic. Change tops and change hairstyles.
Well, I can't change top, but he could put his England top on if he wanted it like that.
Pretty sure I'm going to fall out of this chair one day.
I honestly thought you were going to say, I'm pretty sure we're going to fall out, me and you.
Me and you fall out all the time. Me and James, we're tight.
Fucking wankers. Exactly. Welcome back.
No, this isn't.
Whilst it may seem that we are wearing the exact same clothes and are sat in the exact same position.
JK did that. Me and JK recorded 2 podcasts to cover 2 weeks because we were a week behind. And he started the second podcast by going, "This is my normal clothes. I always wear these clothes."
I mean,
all the time.
he was probably wearing black, so you know.
No, well, let's
I think it was snowing outside.
Let's call a spade a spade. He was wearing shorts with his walking boots for some reason. Oh, he's a strange guy.
I think
just when it comes to,
everyone is.
But he's only a strange guy when it comes to his clothing in the winter time.
It was the explanation of the short and long sleeves that I'm like.
I do
Does
find
he get cold arms?
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah,
but
yeah, he's right. It is fascinating.
Do you not remember when James first started though, and he was like rocking like a trench coat and like hat?
Yeah, it was Neo. Basically, came into the office as Neo. Not gonna lie, kind of alienated himself a little bit there from the rest of the office. But I mean, I think I've even said it to his face, and obviously, if you listen to this, you'll hear it. When he first started, I think a lot of people didn't really sort of... Because he never spoke to people. I think people thought he was a bit of a dick.
I think he'd be happy to admit that he didn't have any time for being in the office.
He was
like a means to an end.
Yeah.
And now he's like settled into the job.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely.
I don't think he had any plans to kind of like make friends or get on.
Yeah,
it was just like
I agree with that.
I'm here to earn some coins.
Now, obviously, now the fact that we've all got to know him, top lad. Even if he does wear shorts in the fucking winter time.
But is it strange when I go to the gym at 12 o'clock at night and there's other people there and I'm like, who the fuck goes to the gym at 12 o'clock? Is that not the weirdest thing?
It is pretty weird.
Because I get proper
if you think someone else is... I think if you think it's weird that other people are there, do you basically think you're weird for going yourself?
When has he ever... Right, answer this honestly. When have you ever thought you're not a little bit odd?
That's an understatement.
We're all a little bit odd.
Yeah, you more than others.
I would love to say...
I honestly thought you were going to say you suck, and then you suck.
Yes, that sounds like you suck.
you more than others. I think I was just going to go back to you being an artist.
Hey? You what?
You being an artist.
Artistic.
I see, yeah.
Artisanal.
Okay. Oh, sorry, he was being serious, but he didn't get the reference the first way around.
No, I thought you meant as in because of my degree.
Oh shit, yeah, he's got an art degree, hasn't he?
Yeah,
you know,
well, I'm a bachelor
of deaf studies.
Still a BA honours.
Yeah, get that on your email signature.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
Don't start.
Paul Williams, customer services representative / BA Ons.
Oh.
I'll just leave off the fact that it's a Desmond, shall I?
What was it? BSc or
BSc, SSC. Bronze swimming certificate, silver swimming certificate. Oh, now there's a podcast for you. Red Dwarf Cast. I'm surprised. In fact, they might probably. What?
I don't get Red Dwarf as well.
Watch it. It's so funny. Which actually, nicely brings us round to the topic I was going to bring up.
Oh my god, he's got a topic.
So,
Sam would be proud.
I have
was gonna
recently...
Has someone got the old box of celebrations or something?
Oh, don't. You know those things that you look back and you think, do I really want to appear to be the dumbest fucking man on the internet? Yeah, let's record a podcast where I'm completely wrong about a subject.
Oh yeah,
Celebration.
I listened back.
Haunts me.
I listened back to it and I was like,
Why
yeah,
are you
you're
wrong?
so wrong. They definitely still have the galaxy in.
So I announced to the world, celebration, only 7 of them these days. Oh, do they not have this, and this? No.
Nope.
Like I said to you before,
Categorically, yeah,
like I said to you before, whether you're sure or not in this game, say it with authority. You know for definite until someone
You
can
realise
prove to
you realise this is going on the internet and someone's going to call you out for bullshit.
Well,
Even if it's not people in your...
Funnily enough, so I'm like, there's only 7 celebrations. Because it was Christmas, so I'm like, celebrations, Advent calendars ruin people's lives. All of this, they've destroyed Christmas, blah blah blah. And then it could have even been the same day that I walked away from the podcast. Everybody went home. Tub of celebrations in the kitchen. Looked at it and went, "The fuck." And
Where have they been hiding?
Every word
Do you know what?
I said was wrong.
So topics have gone.
It's happening again. Oh, it's happening again.
So,
Topics have gone.
in that
Because
similar
they're the
vein,
best one.
after we finished that conversation, I think I dropped Sam off, potentially
Ed and
dropped Ed
Kaylee?
off. Well, did we not? Maybe I didn't. Because did we go back to Ed's house to record something else? I can't quite remember because I don't remember. Maybe I did take them all.
I think
home.
you must have taken everyone home. And
Maybe I did because
Anyway,
I think I dropped
Stayed
them all
here
off. And then I
crying
went
into a thing of
and then I went
celebration.
to Tesco and I saw a bag of celebrations. So I
Yeah.
took a picture and then forgot to send it
Yeah.
to everybody.
Yeah, and couldn't have been more wrong. But yeah, topic. I think we can agree the topic has gone, and you are correct. That's one.
Topic was the best one.
Absolutely.
Do you have a brain in that head? Or just fucking empty space?
Those kind of like
Fuck me.
different like topic or in if you're going
Snickers.
into Snickers,
Yeah.
yeah. Although Snickers doesn't have like the raisiny bit as well though, so it's a bit like for instance in Miniature Heroes, I think it was Miniature Heroes when they first came out, you used to get fusers.
Cadbury. Well,
Do you remember a fuse?
Don't even just. Oh,
Do you remember when we used to get fusers? Amazing.
James,
bar.
are you trying to piss me off?
Why?
Fuse was by far and away the best chocolate bar ever made,
Yeah.
and they stopped making it
Yeah. Why?
because Cadbury
Addicts.
don't give a fuck about their fans.
Speaking of Cadbury,
Patrons.
I would like to raise something. So I'm a bit weird with like chocolate, as you can see from my complete
Svelte nature.
form. I shy away from the chocolate. But I basically I go in phases. Sometimes all I want is a bit of chocolate, and then other times I'm like I couldn't give a shit about chocolate. Give me something else. Recently I've sampled. Eating an entire bag of.
Is it before you say it, is it the dark milk?
No.
What?
Oh, we'll come back to that.
No,
now.
I've had 2 or 3 different types of Cadbury's chocolate. Cadbury's Giant Buns, Twirl, and Whisper.
I know where you're going with this.
What has happened to Cadbury's chocolate?
They're all
It's
different.
Not very nice anymore.
Right, shall I tell you what, right? We because I challenged someone to say you can't even tell the difference because how can a twirl taste different to a whisper and taste different to dairy milk? I was like adamant on this. So right,
To be fair,
they're exactly the same,
the
just in
consistency,
different shapes.
The consistency and layering of the size will make an impact on
Right.
the taste.
I was willing to concede that point. However, if you go back and look at the actual like makeup of those bars, they're completely different. Like
Yeah. Well,
No.
the twirl is basically just like that.
no. What I mean is in the chocolate used
The
has
ingredients.
varying degrees of sugar across those 3 things. Because I just thought Cadbury's chocolate.
Cadbury's
now
chocolate
let's
just
lay
goes
it.
into
Yeah,
everything.
just lay it out.
Yeah.
It's absolutely not.
Put some Cadbury's over here, put some Cadbury's over
They
there.
use different-
Put Cadbury's there. But
Makeups of chocolate.
I don't care if they're putting different. Cadbury's chocolate, not very nice.
It depends what you're comparing it to. Because
I don't know if it's a bad batch or something, but that's 3 different ones where I've gone, I am not enjoying this chocolate.
Can we?
I do like
Can we-
Cadbury's chocolate, and I will fight someone to death.
When was the last time you had some?
I don't.
Probably
I
like
swear
at the
to God,
weekend.
I'm gonna have to cave his face in here.
Right, it's
I'm about-
absolutely better
I'm-
than Galaxy.
Don't even fucking start
It
with
is
it.
absolutely
I was
better
literally
than
just
Galaxy.
going to say, let's be honest. We can all agree across the board that Galaxy is hands down better than Cadbury's.
Miniature Heroes or Celebrations?
No, it isn't. Galaxy can sling its fucking hook.
Are you fucking
This
kidding?
man-
Unless you are talking to me about the Revel. Wait, do I mean
No.
Revel?
No,
No. The
Minstrel.
Galaxy.
Minstrel.
Yeah. It
Minstrel,
does
I'll
form
put
part of the Revel.
I will put Minstrel way up at the top. Everything below that in the Galaxy range can literally
Right.
fuck off.
If you're wanting just a straightforward slab of chocolate
Dairy
in
milk.
front of you, fuck off, man. There's absolutely you've just been slagging fucking dairy
Bad
milk
Batch!
Bad batch.
Bad Batch,
Fingers,
my ass.
fingers crossed.
Right.
Although it was three
You've got
different
dairy
things at three
milk.
different times.
So you've got dairy milk there, which, let's be fair, bit of a tough slog to get through. Galaxy melts in the mouth.
No. But Dairy Milk just tastes
Right,
much
what
better.
am I thinking? Why am I arguing with a guy who can't fucking eat it through fear of death?
Well,
You have,
definitely do it.
you have got sugar aids.
I have.
So your taste buds are all off the fucking chain.
No.
But-
That's not how it works.
But
Here's how it works.
as we know, working with 80% of the diabetics in York,
Correct.
when it comes to diabetes, all you need to know is
We're shit at it.
everything as a non-diabetic that you think a diabetic should do. All that's horse.
Are you basically basing this on the Chev principle?
He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not just Chev. We're all rubbish at it.
No, I mean
All diabetics are
he takes it
terrible-
to another level.
Terrible diabetics.
He is. I'm sure he's one wrong sort of click of the dial away from losing a limb.
No. He's not, because Chev runs it super low. Because he's always checking, always injecting.
So what I'm
I'm
told-
way more likely to lose the limb, because that's the slow,
slow burn.
It's having increased blood sugar levels for a long period of time
You're only
by
supposed-
not managing.
You're only supposed to be able to feel 8 of your toes, isn't that right?
I'll tell you what, I wish I could feel 8 of them.
Oh dear.
But no, Chev's over the top, but you'd rather be over the top than lax about it. In terms of checking.
Poor Chev.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
have
but
you
he's
come on
not.
the podcast to
He's
defend
not on the
himself?
top of it in that he doesn't measure out the amount that he should put in. He just guesses.
I don't think that's a bad diabetic thing. I think that's you're supposed to be able to eyeball it. I hear all the
It's
all of them.
carb count.
Don't think
Eyeball
he's eyeballing it. I think he's just sort of going. That's probably about.
No, but no. In fairness to him, you do have an idea of by looking at them and thinking, what is that going to do? to me?
I mean, as a proper legit diabetic, you're supposed to carry scales around with you. From what you're supposed to weigh
I
out.
was a bit like that for the
rice
first
and-
year, if I'm honest. But then you get to know by doing all that way, and like it becomes by eye after a while, just like
Aye,
yeah.
You lucky.
Because
people.
I think I was having this conversation with Phil. Like he used to do like the insulin
because he
administration
changed, didn't he?
differently
Recently.
to move on to like what we all do.
He now
And
does
he's-
it based on the carbs.
Yeah, but I think previously he was just like either set amount every day or whatever, and he struggled with it. But it is a better way to do it if you can do it, and
Which makes me absolutely fascinated when it comes to boozing. Because how the fuck are you supposed to calculate that?
I was
It'll just be
told.
pint of lager, X number of carbs.
Well, no, because I was told that you don't
you've got
account for alcohol sugar when
then-
you're actually doing your calculations, because it metabolizes different, and the next
'Cause-
day you're fucked. Which
Well,
is
no,
why
no, but think about
Chev's
it.
constantly eating the day after a session, because it's like
If
shifting.
you
it on.
think about it,
But Sam
lager,
does definitely account for it.
lager, probably the worst thing in the world for a diabetic to drink, because you've got the refined sugars and you've got all the carbohydrates in it.
Carbohydrates and stuff.
So, absolute fucking nightmare.
But you're not really supposed to account for alcohol.
I know, but that
Personally,
doesn't make any sense.
in my personal opinion,
I don't really know.
I
I'm
think
not
I
trying
think
to-
it's all made up, and they should all just stop being attention seekers and give it a rest.
Basically, yeah.
Do you know what could have been even better? Is if you both got your inhalers out right then.
You see how
my eyes are already going, so...
I was going to say to you, as an asthmatic...
Right, you had a...
Yeah, so I'm
a subject after we hijacked it with chocolate.
With anticipation on this one. What's your topic?
I have recently
Don't say topic.
started watching
Pornography.
a TV series that
About
I believe
porno.
will be one of, if not the smash hit of 2019.
Is it Russian Doll?
It is not.
Because that's like the highest rated.
Is it? Because I was recommended this the other day. Is it the Sky program?
Wait, no, it's on Netflix.
Oh, so it's not Das Boot.
It is not Das Boot.
I've been. They've made a TV show of it. Apparently, it's really good.
I'm sure it's riveting.
It's a Netflix, though.
It is a Netflix.
Are we gonna? Are we making this a little guessing
It is
game,
something
or?
that I assume at some point you will both watch,
It's
given its genre.
Umbrella Academy.
It is the Umbrella Academy.
It's on my, because I'm working my way through Titans, but I keep seeing the trailer for Umbrella
not seen
Academy,
this.
and I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely watching that now.
Give me the summary.
So I wasn't that bothered about watching it,
It's got one of the guys from Skins.
and then the missus
Not
showed
Skins,
me.
definitely not Skins. Misfits.
The missus showed me the trailer for it, and it was like, ooh, is that Ellen Page? Ooh, but that might be quite interesting to watch. Premise, basically to me, it just screams massive X-Men rip-off.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to capitalise on the fact that between Marvel and Netflix, they've essentially cancelled all of the Marvel Netflix shows. Mm-hmm. This has nothing to do with the fact that Disney also announced that they're releasing a streaming service.
I'm sure.
I think they're gonna.
Jessica Jones and Punisher just got cancelled as well.
I think the idea is though that Disney will only do like family-friendly TV shows, so I think they're gonna like relaunch them as like a bit more. Really?
They've announced that they are more
They're
than
going
happy
adult.
to do Deadpool 3 and another Logan-esque movie.
Oh, really?
Apparently they're saying they're happy to do R-rated. Whether that is true, I do not know, but this is what they've come out with recently.
Fair enough.
I don't believe it, personally, because Disney's like super squeaky clean, and it's always been there. We don't do anything above PG.
As I say, I'd read bits and pieces about how they were like presumably going to like reboot those characters in a more family-friendly way. But anyway, Umbrella Academy.
Yeah. So the premise to me seemed very, very X-Men. But this is not a spoiler or anything like that because it's covered in the trailer. And obviously you can't really class a trailer as a spoiler because it is how you're supposed to be brought into the show.
It teases it, doesn't it?
Yeah. So the premise of the show is that, I can't remember the year, but on a particular day in a particular year...
Are we talking future, past?
In the past,
Yeah.
I think it was something like 48 children... 48 women went into labour on the same day.
On the evening of the same day.
On the evening of the same day.
The morning of that day, they weren't pregnant.
None of them were pregnant.
Oh.
So, there's 48 children that have all been sort of born, almost like, I suppose you could really say Jesus-like.
As if by magic.
Now, I don't know whether it's giving it away how that then progresses, but so many of these kids
Are adopted by
are then
one
adopted
guy.
by one man.
Yeah. 8
then
of them or something?
seven.
Like
I think it was
a
7.
Professor Xavier.
Like a Professor
Yeah.
Xavier.
It is
Some
7.
might say.
So 7 of these kids then get adopted. He tries to adopt all of them, but he's only able to get 7. They're then moved from, because this is all around the world. These kids are born, and they're all moved to wherever the Umbrella Academy is based. I'm assuming it's pretty much New York, but it's not. It's never actually said where it is. I don't think, or maybe it is, and I just totally missed it at the start. But in all the sort of shots and all,
So you got a school for gifted children, I think.
Really much.
basically.
Okay.
So this is what I'm saying. I've always been allowed. So apparently, it's based off a novel or a graphic novel that Gerard Way created. Do you know who Gerard Way is?
No, but presumably he was a fan of Marvel. I don't.
He's the lead. Have you ever heard of the band My Chemical Romance?
Yeah.
He was the lead singer of My Chemical Romance.
Oh, right.
And then he just wrote his own comic book. And it's based off that.
Oh, right, okay. It sounds a bit like, did anyone watch that, was it Sense8? Like loads of like people with strange powers that have all got a link together.
Yeah, they're all linked to each other, yeah.
James was trying to get me into it, but I watched a couple of episodes and I was like, it seems very samey.
Yeah, I tried to watch the first episode and was like, I'm good, thanks.
But it's going good anyway.
Long and short of it, we're 8 episodes in of the 10 that have been released for the first season. Excellent.
Right,
very good.
It's my next thing I'm going to watch. I'm trying to get through Titans. Titans is one of those where, where you kind of want to recommend something to someone, but you don't want them to hold you responsible for the recommendation. Where you're like, watch Titans, but don't blame me if you don't like it. There's a lot. Titans is a prime example of just because you can swear in a TV program doesn't mean you should. Every second word in Titans is a swear word, and it's like fuck.
I reckon that sounds like back in the day when like Hollyoaks was a big thing, and they used to do the spin-off after Hollyoaks After Dark, and it was like, just because we're showing Hollyoaks at 10 o'clock now, let's just make them all swear constantly to prove that it's on. Yeah.
So the big thing is like, it was on DC's streaming service, and apparently it's a Netflix original. Definitely isn't. But like the episodes now say on the beginning, Netflix original. No. And their big thing was, it was Teen Titans for adults and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's where you like, stop swearing. It's not necessary. You're doing it too much. Striptease. Can you put your breasts away? Because I'm tired of looking at them. When you go said no one ever, and then you watch that film and go, put them away, love. I'm bored of that.
Do you remember that? Who played Dennis? Who plays Dennis Panas?
Oh my god! What the hell is his name?
It's gonna. I know it annoys me. Is it Sean something? Stephen something?
Keep talking.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
He went to the premiere, didn't he, of one of Demi Moore's films as Dennis Panas? Like on the red carpet, and he was like, he got to speak to her, and he was like, look, if it was absolutely necessary for the script, would you keep clothes on? You just walked away.
Yeah, because striptease versus show.
Paul K.
I was actually meaning Showgirls. In Showgirls, it is very much a can you put your clothes on, love? I'm trying to watch the movie. Striptease is the best thing in Striptease is Burt Reynolds announcing that he is covered from head to foot in Vaseline, and he's even like filled his cowboy boots with Vaseline, and he's wearing his cowboy boots. So it's like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Were you just thinking, I bet Burt Reynolds does that?
Oh, that's Burt Reynolds.
Yeah. Was. Yeah.
Got to give him one of them, haven't you?
Well, to follow on from what I suppose I might as well just tell you what I've been watching most recently.
Go on, lad.
I can't. I finished Vikings. Anyone into Vikings?
Yeah, James has talked about it before, but I've never got into it. The only thing I know about
he hasn't
Vikings,
watched the recent series, actually.
The only thing I know about it, and I always bring it up, is the fact that you might have noticed Edge, the guy who used to wrestle as Edge, is in Vikings. Is he a pretty central character in it?
No.
Right, so he's a bit of a bit part character.
He gets a bit more in this season.
Right, okay.
Goes a bit crazy, if I'm honest.
Interesting.
He's a bit more of like a side. His whole, because obviously it's based on a lot of like mythology and what happened with the Danes and stuff. So he's part of the initial Scandinavians that founded settlements on what is now Iceland. They thought it was like the land of the gods and stuff. So when stuff's going on, he's basically with a load of settlers, and then they all go a bit stir crazy and stuff because they get there and realise that the Norse gods don't live on Iceland.
I was watching a thing last night. God of War. The main character of God of War, Kratos, has jumped mythology. So he's gone from being like a Greek god, and he's now based.
He's jumped. mythology.
Yeah. They haven't really explained how he's done that, but now he's in Norse mythology.
Of course.
And somebody was like, so they're saying about the next one, now the next one's going to be Ragnarok. But then the guy who was doing the video was like, nobody's actually talking about how that's going to happen. Everyone's just like, oh, it's Ragnarok next, cool. So he was like, let's have a stab how this could be. And then he just starts throwing out like Norse mythology. I read Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology, and that's like a cool book, because at this point in time everyone's like, oh, if you say the word Loki, if you say the name Thor, if you say Odin, people know who you're talking about. I'm super excited for American Gods season 2 because of all the old gods as they're called in that. But this guy had like a really good go at going, this is how they could do Ragnarok. But Norse mythology is just like, it's off the charts. There's a lot of
crazy stuff. Right, okay. There's not a massive amount in Vikings of talking about specific gods. Odin gets mentioned because he's like,
yeah, and everybody knows
the main god, isn't he? But and I think Thor's had a mention. They never mention Loki, but one of the guys that goes to Iceland, and he's always like the kind of like, he was the crazy one when they were out raiding England. Now he's gone and he thinks he can talk to gods. Well, he's called Floki.
Floki.
So there's this idea that he's like, he is Loki. But yeah. So now Vikings is absolutely.
I have two sides. Like JK's like, you absolutely have to watch this program. Best program I've made. It's brilliant, and just raves about it. So I know that Leanne's watched it. So I'm like, should I be watching Vikings? She's like, no, it's not your thing. I'm like, but should I? Because apparently it's really good. I don't think you'd like it.
Is that because she's trying to keep it for herself?
But then again, I suppose, what did you think of Game of Thrones?
Never seen it.
See, I'm with you on that one. I've never.
It's a bit. I'm not saying it's trying to say the same, but it's that kind of
nothing
epic.
In this world can live up to that hype.
I'm just I'm the same. I'm just.
And after so many seasons, all I started to hear was people going, "Oh, I mean, it's good. It's good. I mean, it's not good all the time, but when it's good." It's good.
They've dragged it out, and also they've left it 2 years in between, like the previous season and by the time that we get the last season. So everyone's like lost interest now.
The only thing I've got is that I'm pretty sure Ed's brought this up before. I can't watch it now because I'm gonna, every time I sort of hear the theme tune or see the episode, I'm just gonna think South Park Floppy Wiener episode.
Floppy Wiener. What's this?
Wiener, 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 floppy wiener, wiener, floppy wiener.
Yeah. And yeah, so I finished Vikings, and the next one, and I've watched. What did I watch? Binge watch. It's a bit trashy, but I quite enjoyed it. The Jack Ryan series.
Now, I'd quite like to
watch
the
Jack Ryan films.
I'd quite like to. Jack Ryan? Was that Tom Cruise?
No, that's Jack Reacher. So Jack Ryan was originally one of. I get mixed up. So it was one of the Baldwins. Was the first Jack Ryan in Hunt for the Red October.
Ah, right, okay. So
Alec Baldwin. I think it might be Alec, but one Baldwin's the same as all Baldwins. No, I know Stephen's the crazy one.
I really wanted to watch it because I just really like John Krasinski.
I've never seen him in anything.
He's in The American Office.
That's why I've never seen him in anything. I can't stand The Office, and I can't stand Steve Carell either. So therefore, I don't watch. Anyway,
God, it's so good.
But he's actually good as Jack Ryan. So
he's a good
worth
actor.
Watch, yeah.
He's in a film that I really want to see. A Quiet Place or The Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place.
Is he the guy? Is he the dad in that?
That's rated as like one
I want to watch that.
Best horror. Well, it's rated as the best horror movie since Get Out.
Is Get Out the one where it's the black guy who goes to his girlfriend's parents? I really want to see that film as well. And I've not seen that yet. I'm going to click scan to see
is Quiet Place old enough that we can movie cast?
Well, I'm sure if we ask Sam, he'll be able to purchase a perfectly legal and legitimate copy.
I'm sure I know someone who's got a Blu-ray copy of it.
Let's watch that because I'd like to watch that.
Can we do back to back? Get Out and A Quiet Place.
I don't think she's got A Quiet Place, so I might have to
get Sam to get it perfectly legally from
definitely. See, I've been dying to do. I've watched like a load of movies in really short space of time, so I'm like itching to do a movie cast.
Well, we've still
Move
got
around
we've still got a movie cast that we need to
It's in the bank.
punch
but,
in.
Yeah, we never did it. Sam mentioned that the other day. Like, we never did do that. And Leanne asked me about 90 times. You ever going to do that movie cast?
From Event Horizon?
Yeah. Because me and Leanne watched it, so she can even do it.
Yeah.
Like, we watched it, and I was like, oh, I really want to watch that. I was like, I'll watch it again.
Well, if we're all...
And I've basically watched it again by watching Life recently.
True.
Well, we'll discuss it when we're pubbing this Friday.
Yeah.
To the pub.
Yeah, so Jack Ryan, I thought it was alright.
How many episodes in the series? Is it just one series and that's one and done? Or is it going to be a sort of a...
So much like your Shooter series and your... I loved Shooter, the film, and I like the series as well.
The first series of Shooter, I was like, this series is really
Have you watched
good.
the film?
No.
Right.
I keep meaning to watch it.
What I was going to go into with the Jack Ryan one and the Shooter one, and there's been other ones as well, which I can't do now. Taken. Right? The first series basically just covers the exact same plot as the film, just brought more up to date, as it were.
Yeah.
Right? So that's probably why you like it, because the film is an excellent film.
So
I think I've said before, I'll watch anything with Wahlberg again.
They were both on Netflix, and I was like, right. But I think I'd ended up starting the series before realising the movie was on there. So I was like, alright, finished the first series, went to watch the movie, it was gone. Like, I hate it when that happens. Second series of Shooter comes out, and I'm like, does it need a second series? Are we... Because that to me is a self-contained story. But I enjoy it that much, I'm prepared to give it a whirl.
Yeah, well, much like a lot of these things, though, you've obviously had the film, which must have been out about getting off 10 years by the time they did the TV show. So then they've like brought it a bit more up to date. So whereas he was, I think in the series he's like a Bosnia vet or something like that. Obviously, when Ryan Phillippe's done it, they brought him more up to date where he's an Afghan vet. Is it Afghanistan or Iraq? I think it's Afghanistan. Yeah. But so then they just reintroduced that character. Played this basically. It mirrors the film really closely, but it's good. And then obviously they've built that character, so they're gonna do him with other stories. It kind of works for Shooter.
So I watched
honestly.
the first 2 episodes of the second series, and I went, no, it didn't need another series, and that was me done. I was like,
you're very cut and dry with stuff like that, though, aren't you? You're very, if something doesn't, like, especially when it comes to TV shows or like films, or games, if something because I picked up on this when I listened to the last James Plays. If there's something like that sort of like turns you off about something, you're very quick to just go, no.
Yeah.
No,
so I've got this thing at the moment.
No.
I've been really waiting for. So Anthem comes out on Friday. That'll date this podcast, unfortunately. But Anthem comes out on Friday. I've been super excited about this game for a long time. As if you've been listening to the James Play stuff, you'll know. It's already getting bad reviews. So I've said, if I get that game on Friday and it is what the reviews say it is, I'm out. I will hang up my controller and I'll be done.
What, with games?
Yeah. Because I'm tired.
I'm not prepared to listen to reviews on anything.
So this is my other new.
Whether it be games, TV shows, films. I've
also. So my recent sort of claims are: if the next game I get is shit, I'm done. I'm going to stop listening to other reviews off the back of watching Venom. And I'm even going to go as far as I think I'm going to knock trailers on the head.
Interesting.
Because I think trailers are ruining.
It gets to the stage though now where basically all the good bits of the film.
You've seen the film by the time you go in.
And then you just.
So I went to the cinema
bits,
last Friday, and I went in and I sat down, and this film came on, and like the film's going, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen this.
What was the film?
This film that's at the cinema at the moment.
Why is he being so candid?
I don't know.
I'm full saving it from a little movie.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
I want the listener to tune in.
and listen to it. What you can do is just prove the point and just say about all the good bits now and then go, but now we've got a full movie cast.
Oh, off you go.
Well, I can't really.
Oh.
I'll go.
Right. Are you just going to leave it down there and we'll...
Well, it's still running.
Yeah,
so,
we'll continue.
So, I don't know.
But yeah, so I don't know, getting back to the Jack Ryan thing, I thought it was really good. It depends if you kind of watch the films, because I'm kind of like invested in the films. Really.
I honestly didn't even know there were films.
No. So, Jack Ryan, I believe, is... yeah, please. I think it's a... I don't know. It's a famous writer's character.
Right, okay.
But obviously it goes back to the 80s. I don't know who it is. I want to say Grisham, but I don't know if it is Grisham. But
I'm not sure if this is the one that Leanne's mum wanted the books.
yeah. So yeah, there's a few books, but then there's Reacher, which is the Lee Child thing, and a lot of people get them confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was Alec Baldwin.
Alec.
Also, let's just go Baldwin.
No, you'd have to go Alec Baldwin.
In the Hunt for the Red October was the first one.
For the red.
And then
He's obviously getting old.
It's the Hunt for the Red October.
is it?
It's Hunt for Red October, isn't it? Not the Hunt for Red October.
The Twitter.
Or Hunt for the Red October.
I think it is.
I'm pretty sure it's just Hunt for Red October.
The Hunt for Red October, starring Sean Connery
Connery, yeah.
and
Alec Baldwin.
Alec
Yeah. Okay.
Baldwin.
So, and then they carried on the character with Harrison Ford was in the next two films.
Harrison Ford.
Patriot Games with Sean Bean.
Sean Bean?
Yeah.
Mr. Bean?
Seen
Did he die in it?
He's for all the Belfast.
Was he playing a person who talks like this?
No.
What?
He
But
played.
it's a Sean Bean film.
Well, he played a Northern
I have
Irish.
to talk
He played
like
the IRA
this.
Oh yeah.
You could be playing for United.
Jimmy's playing for United.
Have you ever seen When Saturday Comes?
I don't.
What a
Football film about
film!
the Blades.
Excellent. Hey, there's Knox in that actually.
Is it Fitzgerald?
Is there Knox in that? I'm almost certain there's Knox in that.
Is it Fitzgerald in that one?
Ella Fitzgerald.
Tara Fitzgerald.
I don't know who that is.
It's not
No,
Ella Fitzgerald.
She's in Brasdorf. Not Saturday Comes. They're all the same, aren't they? Yeah, so Harrison Ford did Patriot Games and In the Line of Fire, I think it was.
These are all going miles off my head.
And then Affleck made one as Jack Ryan.
Look his face.
Rules of Engagement to Jack Ryan film, I believe.
Oh my god, there's been loads then.
And then
Okay.
him who plays Kirk. Now I forget his name.
I mean, Kirk is very, very.
No, the new Kirk in the new Star Wars.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Zachary
Chris
Quinto.
Pine.
Chris Pine. He did one where
not
they
Zachary
where
Quinto.
they rebooted Jack Ryan to like be he was when he.
So I
first
remember
started.
doing that one.
Yeah, and then now there's a TV show.
Yeah.
So
On
it's-
Amazon.
What the new
The
Jack
TV
Ryan?
show.
Yeah, it's on. It's on
Amazon.
Prime, yeah.
It's a Prime original, isn't it?
That's brought us full circle. That's what he was talking about. That's
Yeah, so
What-
I was just trying to explain the
what you've
it's
been
a-
watching.
It's a known character, so yeah, that's what I've been watching, really.
Interesting.
And then probably move on to, much like the Shooter and the Jack Ryan, the Taken TV show.
See, I didn't realise they'd done a TV
Yeah.
series on Taken.
The only thing is, that kind of puts me off is it's one of the central characters from Vikings who plays him, but in Vikings he's all beefed up, and so I just imagine that's how he always is.
See, I don't know.
Because he only beefed up for that role, and now suddenly he's playing, like a normal looking man. It seems a bit weird. Do you know what I mean? Like for me now he's typecast as
I don't
like a big
know.
Viking.
I don't know if I'm in a minority here. I don't like it when they make TV series out of films. It just seems a bit unnecessary because the one that always seems about I've not really seen either. But was that they had the Limitless film and then they made the Limitless.
I've avoided
series.
the Limitless series because for some reason that one doesn't appeal to me, and I did enjoy the film.
So what's the premise of the film? Like, we only use 10% of our brain, but you can take a pill that unlocks 60 or something.
Yeah, but it
ridiculous like that.
basically, I think the idea is though in that one that by using all that, it's kind of like making you ill. You're not supposed to be using
you're
it.
killing yourself.
Bringing your lifespan down and stuff like that. There was one film that got released.
Huge plot hole in Limitless.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil anything, but towards the back end, there's a bit where like Bradley Cooper's character blacks out because he's taken so much of the drug and it's affected him in such a way. So he's blacked out and he's woken up like a couple of days later. You're not sure whether he might have done something really bad. Then he's like, oh, well, I've got to go and do this thing, so let's just forget about this and I'll just go over here and do this thing. And you go, yeah, all right, then I'll get on board with that. Get to the end and then you're like, oh, right, yeah, cool. It's a good movie, that. Obviously, if you've forgotten the really bad thing that happened, it's only if you've seen, like, I don't know, for me, it was only having seen it the second time going, hang on a minute, that never gets answered.
I might have to go and check it out, because it gets to the bit where he ends
Have you seen the film?
Yeah.
When I stop this, I'll remind you of the horrible thing in it.
I'm trying to think if I have seen the film or not, actually. Can't remember.
Bradley Cooper and Anne F. Friel.
On a similar vein, there was a film
De
that...
Niro's in it, isn't he? Is it De
No,
Niro?
I thought it was...
Yeah.
Is it not De Niro that gives him the pills? Or
He
unlocks
tries
the pills
Whoa.
to...
No. I don't... You're going to end up giving it away.
You are in spoiler territory.
Am I? I thought it was part of the trailer that he sort of like suggests that he has these medications. Somewhere.
Not De Niro.
Oh, I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking of the trailer, and I'm just piecing two and two together or something like that, I think. But it always reminded me of a film because I thought it was at the time. I thought it was the same film, but there's a film that Justin Timberlake was in, where the premise was that in the future you don't money doesn't exist.
Time.
And you spend.
I tell you what, that's a film. Is that?
Is it any good?
I thought it was excellent.
I really wanted to see it, and everyone that was like, everyone that I asked about it said it's shit.
I
don't
really
go see it.
that
It sounds terrible, but I really like the premise of it.
I really liked it. Is it called Out of Time?
I think it's just called Time.
Is it? Yeah. But
the premise, isn't it, that in the future money ceases to be a commodity,
the
and you pay for things with time.
Like, I think the idea is that up until your 18th birthday, you can do whatever you want. And then on your 18th birthday, you get given, like, 20 days. And then beyond that, you earn or pay for things in those days. Yeah. So it's like a story about how the rich, basically, can live a lot longer than the poor.
Right, okay.
As it were.
Interesting.
It's really good. I really liked it.
Yeah, as a concept, I thought it was quite a decent idea, but just never ever got around to seeing it. So I'm hoping it's just going to sort of turn up on Netflix one day and be like, "Oh, I'll put that in the list," and never watch it.
I've got a feeling that is actually on Netflix. I swear I've seen it recently.
Keep talking. I will have a look.
Maybe a movie cast.
Ooh, have you seen it?
I haven't, no.
Oh, good. That'd be a good one.
Again, like you, it was one of those where I went, it looks worth a watch.
I think it's something you could probably get Muff Chops on board with.
Muffy.
See, I mean, I was well up for reigniting the movie cast, but
we must be due a new series.
It turned into this. Let's not watch the movie. Let's watch the movie, and then we don't all have to watch the movie, and then let's record it on a different day. And I'm like,
I don't mind how it gets done. I think all I said on that subject is if it's going to be on an evening by the time you've watched the film, I don't want to sit down and talk about a film at 12 o'clock at night because probably no one wants to watch me going,
I don't care anymore. Leave me alone.
Yeah. So that's where we are.
I think that was sort of agreed. Agreed.
Yeah. So
I concur.
Did you manage to find it?
For some reason, my Netflix has signed me out.
Do you want me
I'm
to just
very
look?
annoyed about.
Because it hates freedom.
Do you want me to have a look?
Freedom isn't
while you
free.
talk.
Cause folk
and
like
then it's
yeah
good
me. Again, I but don't find me.
Be a movie cast.
Fucking hate that film.
You don't. You don't hate it. Nobody hates that film because nobody hates freedom.
Oh, it's such a bad film.
It isn't. It's a fantastic film.
Took me until about the third or fourth time watching it through to realise that in one of the scenes, the statue in the house is actually a person painted and trying to stand still, but you can see him moving about in the background.
No, I have seen everything.
I'm not
Have you ever
seeing
seen Man
it,
Eaters
but
on
maybe
Earth?
I've seen it on Prime.
No. Then you haven't.
Then you haven't seen everything.
What?
Team America should definitely be the first film to reignite.
Oh, I've not got the Prime up on my phone anymore. I had to reboot my phone the other day.
I had an update on the phone last night and then it went, yeah, your update is complete. Obviously I'm not going to charge you for it overnight.
Ironically enough, both the Limitless TV series and film
On Netflix, I've just seen, yeah.
as is Looper. Oh, I always wanted to watch Looper.
Good film.
Oh, I'm not
like it.
convinced.
I was going to come to this when you were saying about reviews and stuff like that.
Funnily, I was going to mention Looper when we started talking about time travel.
I got quite hyped for Looper and then went to the cinema to watch it. I don't go to the cinema for that many films.
You don't like it?
It's a weird thing to not like it for, though. It really irks me all the way through, especially at the end,
Go on.
where they've played with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's face to make him look more Bruce Willis-like.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It is just off-putting.
It's a bit weird. Because I think the short version of it is that they haven't done a very good job. Because you don't look at Joseph Gordon-Levitt and go, oh, he looks just like Bruce Willis. You go, what's going on with his face?
Yeah, it's off-putting.
And it wasn't until I watched the making of it, and they went, so we've done this thing where we've made him look like Bruce Willis, and I'm like, no, definitely haven't. You have not done that at all. You made him look weird. Because there's the shot where he's like, this is not too much of a spoiler.
Is it in the diner?
When Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in the future,
Yeah.
and he's got like a receding hairline.
Yeah!
But his hairline is receding. He's still got long hair, but his hair does this. It's receded back so far, and then goes up, and then he's got like a mullet, and it's like...
They've made him look really weird.
Turns out it was called In
Time.
Time.
In Time, yeah.
But yeah, I actually would agree with you, but I don't think it detracts from the film. I think it is like a bit where you're like, what have you done again? We made him look like Bruce Willis. No. Have you seen have you seen a picture of Bruce Willis?
I mean, to be fair, I think it is a decent film.
It's got progress.
I was probably anticipating it too much. I don't really do that with films very often.
Sometimes things can't live up to the hype.
Yeah. But yeah, Lupus, you should watch it. It's still a good film.
Yeah, watch Looper.
Sorry, I've just searched for In Time on Netflix, and it's brought back all these different options. I'm like, oh,
Everything
yeah,
but.
that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. Hang on, Barbara Streisand, Timeless, live in concert.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Probably going to give that
There's
one.
nothing worse than searching for something on Netflix that isn't on Netflix, because it just goes, oh, you're looking for this. Did you mean this? No.
No.
This
did
is
you mean
why-
this? No.
Rather than searching for the actual movie title, that's why I searched. I don't think it's on there. I just searched for Justin Timberlake.
That's what I just did.
Yeah,
And it
then
just brought back
it
something
narrows
else.
it,
JT.
So it's also just brought up with this Netflix film just called I Boy.
I'm probably never going to forgive Justin Timberlake for losing me money.
On the Super Bowl
Yeah.
halftime.
Put money on him to come out wearing a hat.
Why are you betting on shit like that?
Because he's got a disease.
So I'm like, definitely going to come out wearing a hat. Did he come out wearing a hat? No.
Put one on
Did
though,
he
didn't he?
put a hat on 3 seconds after coming out? Yes.
Probably because he knew the bets. Yeah. You know you've got a problem when you're betting on whether someone's got an hat on, though, aren't they? Come on.
I don't think it's a problem. I can quit any time I want.
Bet you can win.
But I can. Bet you 50 grand.
Right.
Right. You need to eat your
I think
whatever the
so.
hell turned up it smelled.
Delicious.
Interesting. Questionable.
Questionable.
Questionable is the word I was trying to avoid.
Thank you.
It'll be that extra spicy meat that I had to put on it just to make it free delivery.
When you say extra spicy meat, that just makes it sound like meat that is extra spicy.
Oh no.
So there you go then. What do you think to that? Another one in the bag. Absolute load of talking. So yeah, all you YouTube watchers, make sure you're YouTube subscribers and drop us a little comment in the comments box. Everybody should jump over to the cookiecast.com, check out our website, check out what we've got going on over there, our social media feeds and our email capability, and then, use them. So there, another one done, another one in the bag, and until next time, I'm going to say goodbye. Bye.